This is Fieldsports Channel News. A former government minister has called on one of Britain's most senior police officers to be removed from his post if he can't be impartial about trail hunting. After a weekend when hunts came together in dozens of locations across the UK to showcase their sport, former Defence Secretary Ben Wallace called on Devon and Cornwall's Matthew Longman to be removed from his position as lead officer on a national police body which is debating hunting. The Assistant Chief Constable has described trail hunting as a smokescreen for illegal hunting. The former minister said in a national newspaper report this week that if the policeman believes that to be true, he can't police without fear or favour. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Defence has caved to pressure from the Antis and is refusing to renew trail hunting licences on its land for the 2024-25 season. The government left it to the Hunt Saboteurs Association to announce the move after Antis made a Freedom of Information request to the MOD. At the well-attended trail hunting events, Hunt supporters called on the Labour government to support their community, their heritage and their hounds.
We hope that in the end they will be able to see how hard we have tried to keep the show on the road, this trail hunting, which is the most enormous fun. We had a big day yesterday with 5 hunts meeting in one place. Hundreds of people come to demonstrate. What a wonderful time it was. They lay this trail, somebody goes off with a bit of rag and a string and it smells, they disappear. And then eventually the huntsman will lay the hounds on, and they'll hopefully pick up the scent, and away they go. And all the riders are following, and all people like us watching on foot, saying, "Oh, they've got that wrong, or they're over there." It's so sad that you can't get through to the spitefulness of the people that are against us.
Former Conservative MP Neil Parish believes his old Select Committee offers the only hope of making the government accountable over hot potatoes facing field sports in Westminster. Neil was chairman of the EFRA Select Committee from 2015 to his resignation in 2020 after he admitted looking at pornography. With its new chairman, Shetland Lib Dem MP Alistair Carmichael, Neil is hopeful EFRA can be a voice of reason in the House of Commons.
All these issues like trophy hunting, like shooting, everything will come through to this Labour government. And the whole idea of EFRA, the Environment, Food and Rural Affairs Select Committee, is to hold that government to account. And because it's not chaired by Labour, I think that is good. And I also think, like I said, he's Scottish, he's Liberal Democrat, but he's sound, and I think he'll do a good job.
A city council has banned chocolate biscuits. Yes, you heard that right. The new sheriffs of Nottingham have issued a ruling that Chocky Bickies are on their banned food list and can't be served to staff or councillors. It's not because they're bad for you, but because they're not vegan. The ban covers all meat and dairy products which are non-vegan. Even biscuits made with butter are on the list.
It's a puerile and draconian measure, which is unbecoming actually of a serious city authority. And we'd urge Nottingham City Council to scrap their proposed ban and actually talk to local farmers and work with them to secure and source sustainable British beef and other meat and dairy produce as well, like other councils across the country are doing.
Britain's competition clay shooters are at war with France. A row over official clay shooting disciplines has led to letters firing back and forth across the Channel. There are threats from France that it may ban British clay shots from official competition, preventing shooting grounds from hosting events, and even ban referees who officiate in the British version of its competitions. The French run clay shooting to FITASC rules, a traditional and technical version of the sport that's made shots such as multiple world champion George Digweed a household name. The Clay Pigeon Shooting Association wants to run events to super sporting rules. This is less technical and has become popular in the UK. Despite demands from the French, the CPSA is standing firm and has issued a statement robustly rejecting FITASC's demands. Firearms officers from 10 Scottish police forces have taken part in a training course with BASC. The course saw experts from BASC help to train 10 police officers currently working in firearms teams in Scotland. It's part of an initiative that will help educate newly appointed firearms officers over the next 18 months. A new scientific report has highlighted the positive role hunting plays in conservation. Experts from the International Council for Game and Wildlife Conservation examined the role hunting tourism plays in protecting habitats and conserving key big game species in Africa. It concludes that because many game species have a huge financial value to nations where hunting tourism takes place, many are elevated to higher standards of protection. You can read that report in full by clicking on the link below. London's gentlemen-only fly fishing club may accept women. In recent months, the men-only Garrick Club has agreed to accept women. Now, another bastion of the patriarchy is set to hold a vote by members on its future, following a chance remark at the Hay Festival by angler Marina Gibson, saying that she would like to join, but she can't. The Fly Fishers has been under pressure to change its gents-only rules. It currently allows women as guests. Marina explained her position to Charlie at the Carter Jonas Game Fair Theatre.
The downfall to the men who are members of the Fly Fishers Club who want it to stay men only is that it's a Fly Fishers Club. So in 1884 it was set up as a gentleman's club for fly fishers. And you know, in 2024 fly fishing is one of the most inclusive sports. It doesn't matter whether, I mean, it's still quite male dominated, but it doesn't matter where you're from, gender, sex, anything.
And you can watch or listen to the whole of that debate on our podcast this week, link below. Trophy hunting is big business in Texas and demands big prices. US hunting TV host Keith Warren is selling his 400-acre trophy hunting ranch, Texas Hidden Springs, for $6.5 million, about £5 million. The white-tailed deer expert has owned the place for nearly 30 years and is famous for offering some of the biggest trophy white-tailed bucks in Texas. The ranch offers a wide range of custom-built lodgings, all with kitchen, dining room and custom gun safes. American hunters pay up to $15,000 per animal. And finally, imagine you're paddling around the Dorset coast with your friend and this happens. The extraordinary picture was taken by wildlife photographer Rupert Kirkwood when he was out on a kayak adventure with his friend Will, who was in the red and yellow boat in the foreground. The two paddlers spent an amazing 3 hours watching tuna smashing into shoals of bait fish. He took time out from his holiday in Cornwall to explain to us what happened.
Just happened to come across them. I'm chasing shoals of small strap-like fish, which I think were a combination of Atlantic souries and garfish, and sat there in awe and wonderment, enjoying the spectacular show for the best part of 3 hours. So I literally, while there were tuna jumping all around the place, just held my camera up. In fact, that photograph of the tuna behind the kayaker, I was just taking a picture of Will. I had no idea a tuna was going to appear. Just by sheer luck, as I took a picture of him, one popped up behind.
If you want to see more shots from Rupert's adventure, there's a link to his blog, The Lone Kayaker, below. You are up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.